Yo, AutoAce fam! If you're planning to buy electric motorcycles in the Philippines this 2026, don't just look at the price and don't just look at the fuel savings. Because with EVs, what matters is not only how much you save, but also what you need to prepare, what the real limitations are, and what the rules actually say. So before you buy one, here's what you really need to know. Let's go! First, you need to ask yourself one honest question. Where will you charge it? Because this is the biggest difference between an electric motorcycle and a normal gasoline bike. With gas, you just stop at a station. With electric, you need a reliable charging routine. If you live in a house with your own outlet or parking space, that's a huge advantage. But if you live in a condo, rent a room, or park outside, charging can become your first real problem. Second, you need to understand your daily distance. This is where a lot of people get excited too fast. On paper, many electric scooters will say 60 kilometers, 80 kilometers, or even 100 kilometers per charge. But real world range depends on traffic, weight, road conditions, and how hard you ride. So before buying, know your real daily route. If your usual trip is short, city-based, unpredictable, an EV can work well. But if your trips are random, long, or always changing, that's where the stress starts. Third, check the classification of the vehicle. This part is very important. Not all electric two-wheelers are treated the same. Some are true road legal electric motorcycles or scooters. Others are more like low-speed e-bikes or light electric vehicles. And that matters because in Metro Manila, certain e-bikes, e-trikes, and similar light vehicles are not allowed on national roads, circumferential roads, and radial roads. So before you buy, don't just ask, electric ba ito? Ask, road legal ba talaga ito for my route? Fourth, be ready for registration and legal ownership. If you're buying a proper road-going electric motorcycle, don't assume it's exempt from normal rules. You still need to check LTO registration, plate, and whether the dealer is selling a properly documented road legal unit. If it's a serious electric motorcycle or scooter, treat it like a real motorcycle purchase, not like a toy or gadget. Fifth, understand the law advantage, but don't overhype it. Under the EVIDA Act, EVs are exempt from number coding. That sounds great, but for motorcycles, that benefit may not matter as much as it does for cars. So yes, it's a legal advantage, but it should not be the main reason you buy an electric bike. 6. You have to check the dealer support. This is one of the most overlooked parts. Ask these questions. Where do I get service? How long is the battery warranty? How much is battery replacement? Are parts available locally? Because with EVs, the real ownership story starts after the sale. A cheap EV with week after sale support can become more stressful than a more expensive one from a better supported brand. 7. Expect a very different riding experience. This part is actually nice. Electric motorcycles are quiet, smooth, and very easy in traffic. No vibration, no gear shifts, no engine noise. For city commuting, they can feel effortless, but the trade-off is also real. Many EV scooters are not built for rough roads, high-speed riding, or all-day flexibility the way gasoline scooters are. So if you're coming from something like a Honda ADV 160, don't expect the same freedom. 8. Be realistic about charging time. Gasoline takes minutes, electric takes hours. That means your routine changes. Instead of, I'll just refuel later, you now think, do I have enough battery for tomorrow? That mindset shift is real, and some riders love it, but others hate it. 9. Look at the total cost, not just the sticker price. Yes, EVs can save you money on fuel. Yes, maintenance is lower, but if you need to upgrade wiring, buy extra chargers, or replace a battery later on, those costs matter too. So don't just compare SRP versus SRP. Compare the full ownership picture. And finally, you need to know if your lifestyle actually matches an EV. If your life is short daily rides, city commuting, and home charging, electric can be a smart move. But if your riding is long distance, unplanned, or you regularly deal with rough roads and mixed conditions, then gasoline still gives you more freedom right now. So here's the honest verdict. Buying an electric motorcycle in the Philippines this 2026 can absolutely make sense, but only if you prepare for it properly. You need the right charging setup, the right route, the right dealer, and the right expectations. If you get all of that right, EV can be practical. If you don't, it can become a daily hassle. AutoAce fam, would you buy an electric motorcycle this year, or are you still waiting for the technology and infrastructure to improve? If this helped you, please like, subscribe, and share this with someone planning to switch. Ride safe, ride smart. Thanks for watching.